Off the Desk, episode number something. Tom and Steve Kelly here to go again. It'd be remiss for us not to start on the Bronx.
The Bronx.
I think they've been doing exceptionally well over the last few weeks. Lots of people see the Broncos as this flashy, all-out attack, superstar kind of team. And we've got Ben Tolte and Jack Goz as our starting props over the weekend. Ben Tolte, for those playing at home, was signed mid-year last year, playing for the Bears, and was just picked up as a bit of a backup. Obviously did pretty well last year and now this year.
Trial and play, what do they call it?
Yeah, train and trial.
Train and trial.
Yeah. And then Jack Goz, he couldn't find a club. Yeah, and I still think he's probably not the best player going around. But
sorry, Jack, if you're listening.
Yeah, he is avid fan actually of the pod.
Should be, or he won't be now.
No, but to have those two guys leading out the boys instead of Payne Haas and Pat Garrigan and even Corey Jensen, who's a superstar in his own right, for us to do what we're doing, I think it just shows that we're not about the flash and the brilliance, even though we have that, but we're about that's cultural change from the ground up from Madge. So Madge deserves his flowers this week. So give him some flowers. What do you reckon, Steve-O?
Flowers? I don't. Why is he getting flowers? I don't understand the context, but that makes sense. He deserves the roses, the chocolates.
Yeah, give it to him.
The accolades. I reckon. I agree with you. I think the roster's deep, which we had a problem with years ago. I think Wayno left us with a pretty lean roster when he left. So we've now sorted the roster out, and then the younger guys coming through really want to play, and there's some good ones like the halfback Tom. Duffy. I think he played really well. I think, Reynolds played phenomenal last week, maybe one of the better games he's played in a long time. So clearly we've got a very good 7 for the minute, and Ezra's on fire. So, but there's life after Reynolds. So I think it's looking pretty exciting. Sure another win. We scraped it through, but another win. We'll take any win that we get.
Another win without anyone.
Yeah.
Carrigan, Haas, Ben Hunt, Reece Walsh. And some.
And a few are out for a little bit as well, aren't they? So we've got a bit of time ahead of us. And it shows the origin period, we should have the roster for it with 100%. Everyone coming through now as well. So
I'm hearing a few whispers actually about Reynolds and the Blues. So,
getting a call up.
I think he could go 7, Cleary to 6. That's what they're talking, because Moses is a bit injured. Luai's been a bit injured. Who else do they have other than Cleary? And let's be honest, Cleary can hardly play in Origin anyway. So they just don't get it.
He never plays a good game in Origin. So
Queensland spirit, baby.
Maybe that's it. He just he seems to play every other game well, but he just cannot sort Origin out yet. Maybe he's due, so you'd keep playing Cleary. But I think up the Bronx, I think a good year ahead. A few other clubs not doing so well.
Yeah.
If you're a Dragons fan,
sorry, Will.
Producer
Will is.
What do you do?
I think you give up. I think you put the hand in the boots in and just go, we'll start again next year.
I think, you merge with the Bears, you move your team to WA, you just announce that you're now the Port Moresby team. You just start again. You just call it, shut the Dragons down and start it.
Watch the Union.
Start again, watch Union, pick another sport.
Fan, go watch Union.
Damn. Pretty deep history between the two
Saints.
clubs. I think it's it's a sad state at the moment though to sack your coach and then get absolutely pounced on by the Roosters. So do you just sack them all?
Yeah, if there's a time to show up, it's Anzac Day,
probably.
Right after you sacked your coach, and they just clearly don't want to. And Dean Young, the interim coach, said that the boys are really embarrassed about their performance of Anzac Day. As they should be.
Yeah.
That doesn't wipe your hands of that performance. And there's some good players in there, from Valentine Holmes to
that's about it. Yeah.
You got some young forwards coming through from the Cash and
Val's
brothers.
Not playing well.
He's not.
The week against...
He shouldn't get picked for Queensland.
He shouldn't. Him playing... he shouldn't if Latrell's going to face up against him, because he did terrible against Latrell. Everyone will probably do Latrell. Yeah.
Latrell.
Hammer. I think that's Queensland's secret. Put Hammer against Latrell. That's our best bet, because Hammer can tackle. So, again, I'm happy to take over as Queensland coach if Billy needs any assistance.
Hey, Billy, shout out, mate. Yeah.
Billy.
And if you want to come on the pod, Billy.
Yeah, Billy, you're welcome. I think Dragons are in trouble, and tough year ahead for them. Let's just try and win a game. I don't know. There's no easy games. It's such a weird competition now that it's not clear who's at the bottom apart from the Dragons, and who else could they compete with? Who can they? You turn up and you're the Dragons. Who do you want to face?
First comes to mind is maybe the Titans. I don't know, maybe Newcastle on their day, but they've been playing all right too. But
they're well up there. this year.
no,
But you never know.
Last
okay.
week, yeah. So
the Eels, if
maybe
Moses isn't playing, maybe you're a chance.
Origin, maybe you want to go. But I don't know. I think they just need to, make some serious changes in their football department, not just with the boys, but they need to make some pretty tough calls as well around their current players, and they just really need to go, all right, this year's done. Let's look towards next year and let's blood some new guys. Or
throw some in, yeah.
Just try.
I feel like Newcastle had that 10 years ago, and they just lost every game for a long time. They just started playing new players.
Yeah.
And it took 4 or 5 years, and now...
Well, it's still not that good.
They're still not that good, but they're back in at least they're not on the bottom again. So,
yeah.
I mean, and watching the Tigers go, it's doable, isn't it? Got to put in the hard yards, have a few tough seasons, and you can come back and be on top of your game.
Yeah, 100%. And then you look at across the road, you look at Manly. They sacked their coach too after 3 games of pretty terrible.
Was it
start.
only 3 games?
3 games.
Yeah, it's probably a bit harsh, isn't it?
You got to think that they were going to sack him.
Yeah,
you can't be like, 3 losses, you're done.
They wanted him gone.
I think
the
players
excuses.
had also had enough.
Right.
So some of the senior playing group, I think, went internally to some Manly peeps and said that that's enough. In saying that, since then, Fosball is alive and well. 4-0. Yeah, with Kieran Foran, who I don't know if the stats are relevant or out there, but he has to be the quickest player to coach ever in the NRL modern era. Maybe back in the day there was captain coaches and whatnot.
Sure,
I think Wally captain coached for a bit. And all that. Yeah, which is hectic.
Because no one could tell him what to do, so he just probably did whatever he wanted.
But, Kieran Foran was playing for the Titans last year.
Does he keep coaching? Do you look inwards and be like, we probably shouldn't change this?
Yeah.
4-0. He clearly knows how to work with the boys. He's got the right game plan.
Yeah.
They're all motivated because Tommy hasn't played every part of it as well.
No,
So
injured.
it's like, when they're doing it without, it's not just the Travojevic show. I mean, even though there's others in there.
There's 2 others.
There's other Travojevic is doing very well. But clearly, he knows how to talk to him.
Yeah, I mean,
leave him in there.
The argument from Seabold and from Manly has always been without Turbo, we're not top 8.
Sure.
Well, right now they're undefeated. They haven't had Turbo for a game and a half of that. So I think it's really exciting. It's just nice to see. It's like they're playing with freedom. They're playing some attacking, exciting footy, but then they're showing up for each other in defence.
Yeah.
So whatever they've done, whatever Foss is doing is awesome. And it's such Foss is one of those guys out of the NRL that's, one of the real nice guys.
He is.
From what you see on the outside.
He spoke well. He was on Fox for a bit. Yeah. Good commentator, spoke well. Mate, one more team. Speaking of, do we sack a coach or not? Melbourne. What do we do now?
Sack Craig, mate. What's he ever done for the
Bellamy? I mean, if it's any other team, what are we 6 losses in a row now?
6 in a row, yeah.
Now we're starting to talk. If we're not sacking Bellamy, who else are we sitting down?
Well, they're talking about dropping Munster out to Q Cup for a little bit, which is just unheard of. But he's probably had the worst season of his career. Full stop. I think one of the journos, Lara Pitt, asked in the press conference to Craig, "Have you lost the dressing room?" or a version of that. And Harry said, "Don't you dare ask that question." Yeah, Harry stood up for Craig, which is Harry's such a legend.
He is.
He's Craig's the hardest worker. It's not him, it's us. But yeah, they're in trouble, and I don't think they have an answer. I don't think Craig's a fan of a couple of his players, but he has to start them because they don't have the depth. They've had some big injuries from Eli Katoa to Lasati to some other edge forwards where I don't think he's a fan of Joe Chan. I think he's pulled him already.
Right.
And he's not playing up to scratch. But what are they going to do?
He's been terrible. Oates on the wing, we're missing. Clearly some of their rock stars, some of their go-to players. Coates.
Did you say Oates?
Oates? Corey.
Yeah, Corey
Coates. On the wing. I think. I think there's good players there, but they're just so un-Melbourne. The way they're missing tackles and key moments of the game, they're losing control on. Were you telling me the wrestle component, or was this Will filling me on the wrestle component? So this whole 3.5 seconds that the referees are controlling to means Melbourne. Maybe I was actually watching a footy show that you told me to watch. So 3.5 seconds is the average ruck time, and that's what refs are doing. And Melbourne used to slow it down more or win the tackles, and they can't now because refs are pulling them up. So they've lost the wrestle. They've lost their control. For decades, they've been allowed to cheat. Well, for decades, they've controlled it. And I think there's a good Panthers stat. Again, I think Will told me this, not you, so I'll give Will the credit. But the whole second tackle, if they lose the first, they stay down and give up the 6 again for the second. There's ways to still control the game legally or illegally, whatever you want to call it, but within the context of the game. And Melbourne seem to have lost that. They've lost the control. Is that it?
Well, something's got to be it. It's probably, at least there's some sort of reasoning to why they're maybe not doing good from your response there. But, I mean, it's not good enough. It's not a good enough excuse. You've got Harry Grant, Cam Munster, Jerome Hughes, and then Saw Fa'alogo. The spine is still probably the best spine
Yeah.
in the league. Maybe to Penrith, but probably to Storm. If you've got those sort of players and that sort of quality, if this ruck's too fast, they'd be one of the better, attacking.
Sure, take advantage of that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Off the free play the ball. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but they're playing the Finns this weekend, and shit, man, I might tip the Finns. What are you thinking?
I'll probably tip Melbourne again, but again, that's not a good choice to tip Melbourne just because I said so. So,
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I think it's tough. I think it's tough for Melbourne. Like it's unheard of territory for them, so they don't know what to do.
That's what Bray said. Yeah,
They just
Bray
don't.
on 360 was saying that clubs go up and down, and they know how to get out of it.
Melbourne doesn't.
Melbourne have never been down.
No.
They don't know how to get out of this rut. So
And and the Finns are playing well enough that they could. It's not an easy game. There's no real easy
rough.
game. We said before we started to our producer Will, they really need to just play the Dragons so they can shake it off. But if they can't play the Dragons, there's probably no other team you really want to go and shake it out against. They feel like they need that, and if it clicks, you still think Melbourne have got it. Like we could start a run here of 6 in a row at any time for them, but geez, it's not looking likely.
yeah, well, I think at a similar time last year, Panthers were almost in the same boat. So it puts it in perspective. And they got to super close to top 4, got in the top 8, but ran out of gas because the way you think about it then is that the last few weeks of footy, or at least leading into the finals, you're playing finals footy to make the 8.
Yeah.
And I think Storm are versing Penrith, Broncos, and Sharks the last 3 games.
Right.
So they're going to be playing finals footy from the
Tough hit out. Yeah,
really
yeah.
they need to get their arse in gear now. But
Yeah. I mean,
I think they can't win they can't win the comp.
yeah, Panthers ran out of gas because they came against the Broncos.
Yes,
Oof.
they have. But
Oh, so if you concede 50, you don't win the
you've
comp.
never won the comp
Wow.
for a player team that's
It kind of makes sense. If you play poor enough to concede 50, then
yeah.
you're probably
But I
not
think at
shaking
this
that
day and
off.
age you could probably shake that stat, but it hasn't been shaken.
There's a bit
yet.
there's a bit to overcome.
Yeah.
Between now and then.
Anyway,
Weird comp.
footy's awesome.
It's a good-
Excited.
it is, it
Up
is.
the Bronx. Carrigan's back this week. House is still out. Benny Hunter maybe. So we're getting some troops back. It'll be good.
We'll take it. When's Walshy due back? That's the kind of
This week.
the key. Okay.
Yeah.
So he'll turn up this week.
Well-
so you mentioned everyone else,
I
but
know, I
not
forgot.
Walshy in that
Yeah.
spiel. They're probably our best player.
Yeah.
Probably not like our best player.
Sorry, he is on track to return this week.
Right.
Needs sign off from the surgeon. Last time he broke the same exact cheek. The surgeon said you cannot play, and Kevy was on a potty saying that Walsh was saying, "Kev, you better let me play or else."
Yeah, right.
He's
And-
like, "I don't care," and Kevy's like, "You can't, mate.
Can't
It's
play."
against
Right.
medical advice." So Kevy's like, "I'm sure he's putting the same pressure on." the
Right,
boys
to play regardless.
To play because he put out on his socials last week that he's coming back.
Right.
Like last week, he's like, "I'm playing."
He just feels like he's putting
And
it
it's
out in the
like,
world,
yeah,
and hopefully the world brings it back to him.
So he needs clearance from the surgeon, then he's back.
Because in good news, we've booked a game this year, 31st of May, to go and see the Broncos dust up the Dragons. So as long as Walshy's there, because my son's very keen to go and see
Yeah.
Walshy play, and we now know for sure the Broncos will win. So
Like,
there's no major
for
issue.
sure.
Again, yeah, which again my son will really like watching the Broncos win.
Yeah.
And Walshy play very well against the Dragons.
Me
so
too. He's going to enjoy watching his uncle have a few beers.
have a few beers,
get
yell out a
vocal.
bit, and really encourage the boys, even though they don't need any encouragement for who they're playing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. And Magic Round as well is around the corner. You're not going to that one, eh?
Not going to Magic Round, no, straight through to just the Bronx. So, mate, changing gears, little marathon record, something pretty close to you and I, as
Yep.
in like we've never competed for a marathon record, nor will we ever.
Gotten close.
But geez, we love watching people run very fast over long distances. Even saying that out loud is quite weird. But marathon record broken in London. Not broke, like for context, a minute off a marathon time for a record is ridiculous. So
Yeah.
shattered might be the right word.
An
What's-
hour 59, 30 seconds. I think it was.
What's your feel?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. As you sort of alluded when we spoke before we hit record, London's not the area they usually break it. So it's kind of interesting. Like, I would never, ever insinuate anything. And I think good on them, firstly, for getting under that 2 hours, which no one's ever done in a race, in an actual race.
Sanctioned race,
Yeah,
sure.
sanctioned
Yep.
race.
Yep.
'Cause
So
they've done it
Kipchoge
in
did it, but
perfect-
he did it with perfect conditions and runners coming in and out, windbreakers, like fresh runners coming in and out, which negated the official record.
which
So
is
yeah,
still pretty cool.
his track and everything was fine. Yeah, just the part that wasn't acceptable was fresh runners to
Yeah.
break his, because if you're the record holder, no one can keep with you to pace you for the distance. It
Yes.
makes sense, doesn't it? So
Yes.
he needed fresh people to pace him for the distance.
Yeah, well, Kipchoge should have got this guy. I don't even know what this guy's name is. But
No,
good on him.
but he's
we
done
should
well.
shout
It's
him
not
out.
Kipchoge, so we'll circle back. So
And then second place was under 2 hours too. So it just seems a bit, out of nowhere that they're just smacking the world
Sure,
record
like
to go in 2 hours.
mismeasurement, or maybe what are you accusing?
So,
London Marathon.
like, have they found a new way to train?
I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe.
I mean, I know it's K's and
They
legs
certainly
off,
haven't
but-
told it to us because
Yeah.
it's not helping us shave time off our marathon. So
No.
I don't know. I think, really cool. London is often the premier event though, so
Yeah.
they do get the best runners there. Like they will often forego the Olympics again because their sponsors are there for the London
Yep.
marathon. So a really big one that will draw the best runners in the world to that marathon. But Berlin typically holds the record, flatter course, cooler temperature.
How quick's 2 hours?
Very fast.
Yeah. Like, can you put it into layman's terms?
More faster than many of us could not run anywhere near a kilometre. We could not hold a kilometre speed. We're talking well under 3 minutes for them to do.
Could I hold it?
This time? You could not. I think we may need to test that. I think we have a little event here on.
Yeah.
No, so
1
I don't.
kilometre.
You could not hold it for a kilometre. I don't know if I could get it to a kilometre too much. So
My goodness.
it's a very fast.
And they're doing
speed.
42 of those.
They're doing 42 of those. We will hold us to it. We will, before the end of next year. I was going to say this year, but I'll give us more time. We'll crack 1 kilometre at their marathon pace. As in, I will. You can film me and you can try and go behind us.
No,
so
I'm just going to do it now.
we'll get Will to film
Give me
us.
the next month and I'll do it.
Okay. You heard it here first. Tom will not do it, but he'll try. 2 minutes.
2 minutes 50
I'm going to say no. It's sub 2 minutes 50. So 2 minutes 40 something would be their pace for that. So
Okay, we need to get all the boys in some gear and let's go.
we'll do a track day because I think nice and quick on a track. UQ's got a good track nearby. Let's do a track
Yeah.
day and we'll see who
Yeah,
can
we just
actually
want them
hold
there
this.
as well. We'll bring Will.
Who can
and
hold
anyone
this,
else that thinks
speed.
They can run. Can Lockie run? Lockie can run. We'll bring Lockie.
Sub 3 minute K.
Yep.
Sub 3 minute K might be the pace. We'll get the exact.
I could at least hold it for 400 meters. Or something.
I don't think you can, but anyway, we'll have a look. Let's see
how long we
Let's
can
see
hold
how
it
long we can hold it. And I'll. The trouble is,
How are we measure it?
we don't really. We can measure the track, but we don't really have like someone who can hold that speed that could
Oh,
like
yeah.
go
Like
out
be
for us
the-
and lead
guy with the balloon.
pace. Yeah, pace us for that speed. But anyway, we'll work it out. Ridiculously fast.
Yep.
Good on him.
Legend.
2 hours is broken. Is it like the 4 minute mile part now? Everyone will break the 2 hours. Like
Yeah.
maybe we've shaken off the record here, and we all like Roger Bannister broke the 4 minute mile. And when he
Yeah.
did that, people were like, "Your heart will explode." That was the medical theory at the time. No one could run that fast. Now guys in high school break that time, so we can't. But 4 minute mile. Should we chalk that one up as well and see
Sure.
if we can?
Well, let's do it.
No one can. None of us here will do that. Anywhere
reckon?
near. Nowhere near. We're talking like track stars work for significant periods of time to get to that speed.
I know, man. My hammies are feeling a bit sore.
Yeah, you can't do that. So anyway, we'll see how we go. Mate, one other thing, we did High Rock, some really good content for us. A good day out. Your reflections?
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, honestly, I think you look around in the world sometimes and you hear this and that around. People are lazy. People sit on the couch. People eat rubbish food. They drink too much. Society's soft. How many more have I got? A few more.
All probably like not untrue as well,
Yeah.
but
But then you go to an event like that, and 95% are physically in incredible shape.
Yeah.
Which I think is, it's not the be and end all, but it's just nice to see that there is a group of humans out there that are interested in something more than watching Netflix. They're interested in something more than scrolling, and I think it's a nice reflection on that. Society's not completely lost yet. But also, I love the day myself. Yeah, I was a bit crook for the event itself, but still got out there and got after it, and felt the after effects for a good week after it. And I don't know, let's do it all again next year, bigger and better.
100%. I think it's good to have a room full of people with the same goal of trying to do these 8 obstacles stations, whatever we'd call them, 8 stations, 8 kilometres as quick as they possibly can. And they've worked towards it, like a real discipline, but like a real positive atmosphere of people who want to get after it together. And I think you feel that in the room. So doing it with the old man was pretty fun as well. So he's a machine. It was good to see him go around. And I was trying to take more of the exercises off him, but he wouldn't release any of them. So he's really proven he's still got it. So a lot of fun. I think a good hit out. We'll do it again. Feel like got to go back in the solo and put a bit more time in between you and I so that you can't get anywhere near it.
No, I'm getting it, man.
For next year, but we'll see.
And if you haven't seen it, on our Insta, there's some pretty cool footage.
There is.
So go have a look. Yeah, Horrocks did a video on Steve and Dad, and then we had our own guys there as well. So
Good hit out.
Yep.
100%.
All right, thanks, Devo. Thanks for the quick fire chat, mate. Have an awesome weekend up the Bronx.
Let's do it.